A man at university didn't just bump me, he stole my hair. When I caught him, he tried to stab me. He escaped into the crowd before I could stop him. Then Captain Ford arrived. Unsettlingly, he knew about my hidden past and warned me I was in danger. I told him I couldn't hide. I have a crucial surgery tomorrow. What I didn't know was another man, Quentyn Smith, was also there trying to get my DNA. Seeing the first guy succeed, Quentyn started following him, eventually watching him carefully bag my stolen hair for testing. Who sent that violent attacker for my DNA, if not my father? What does Captain Ford really want, and is he protecting me or watching me? Who is this other man, Quentyn Smith, chasing my attacker, and what's his motive? With my DNA clearly the target and threats closing in, can I stay safe long enough to find out who is behind this? Excited, Quentyn tucked the bag containing my hair into his pocket. By the time he looked up, the clumsy imitation of a spy had vanished. Quentyn smacked his forehead, a frustrated sound echoing in the quiet alley. Joel's urgency about comparing my DNA with Ian's, it was becoming increasingly clear. He pulled out his phone and called Joel, got the samples. He gave a concise report, omitting his near miss with the other operative. Joel's voice, when he heard about the attack, held a new gravity. Protect her for now, Quentyn. Just in case she is family. Understood, Quentyn agreed, a sense of grudging protectiveness settling over him. The samples didn't get swapped, did they? Joel's suspicion was evident. No way. Quentyn was certain, his professional pride unwavering. Watched him like a hawk the whole time. Good. Back at the Anderson mansion, the lingering unease from the attempted DNA theft hadn't faded. I dialed Cherry's number. Hey, sweetheart, I answered, my voice a little weary. Mommy? Cherry's voice chirped through the phone. Did you find out who sponsor Grandpa is yet? Not yet, Cherry, I replied, rubbing my temples. His messenger is like a fortress. All I've managed to figure out is that he's in New York. There was a dramatic sigh on the other end of the line. You must not have tried your best, Mommy. With your skills, there is absolutely no way you would have any problem finding answers. All right, I chuckled softly. I'm going to bed for now, kiddo. I need to be sharp for the operation tomorrow. I promise I'll look him up for you again after. Okie dokie. Cherry's voice brightened instantly. You're the best. Cherry loves you. I closed my eyes, the familiar flattery washing over me. Sleep was paramount. The operation tomorrow demanded all my focus. The New York hospital, Director Shaw's domain, buzzed with the quiet efficiency of a major medical center. I reached the sterile zone, finding Michael and the others already gowned and waiting. Lisa stood at the back, her eyes wide and bright with a nervous anticipation. Today, she would finally meet Athena, her mentor. The thought alone made her tremble slightly. Around her, hushed whispers filled the air. I can't believe I'm actually going to be in the same OR as Athena. Lisa is so lucky. I heard she wasn't even on the initial list. Even doctoral students wanted this spot. It's probably no big deal for Lisa, though. She'll probably assist Athena on all her surgeries. Lisa, blushing slightly at the praise, lowered her head. Tina, however, cut through their awestruck murmurs. Stop gossiping and get ready for the scrub room. As the second surgeon, she held a position of authority. Lisa followed the group, her heart pounding. She was about to enter the scrub area when Tina's voice, sharp and laced with a condescending amusement, stopped her. You're just Athena's student, Lisa. What's there to be so proud of? Everyone knows Athena lives abroad. A long-distance mentorship? Sounds rather inconvenient. Lisa's brow furrowed, but she bit back a retort. Tina was a professor. After scrubbing in, Tina turned to Lisa, her tone imperious. You're in charge of the surgical tools and the sponge count. Lisa's surprise was evident. That was the nurse's domain. She nodded silently, a knot of unease tightening in her stomach. The group gathered outside the OR, waiting for the chief surgeon. Then Tina's eyes narrowed, her gaze fixed on the windows outside the door. Why is Nora Smith here? She muttered, spotting me approaching. Still hasn't given up, Tina thought, a smug satisfaction creeping across her face. Professor York? A doctor prompted, noticing her distraction. Tina's attention snapped back. Just a persistent admirer. But her gaze kept flicking towards the door. Then Michael's voice, sharp with a territorial protectiveness, cut through the air. What are you doing? Do you even know what this place is? This is a private changing room for Athena. He had intercepted me just as I reached the door. I raised an eyebrow, my voice calm. Yes, Michael, I do. He frowned, his frustration evident. Then why are you still going in? You could distract Athena and ruin the operation. Look, I know you want to meet her, but this is inappropriate. Before he could continue his misguided lecture, I withdrew my arm, a hint of amusement touching my lips. How am I supposed to operate if I don't change, Michael? Michael's eyes widened, his jaw dropping. What did you just say? A stunned silence fell over the small group. Lisa's nervous anticipation morphed into utter disbelief, her wide eyes now fixed on me. Tina's smug expression crumbled, replaced by a look of bewildered shock. Michael stood frozen, his territorial stance dissolving into utter confusion. The persistent admirer at the door wasn't just an admirer. Will everyone finally know my alternate identity? Will it change anything in my life? How will Michael and Tina behave now that they are finding out?
Hi, Nora here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Saving Nora Now with the link in the description.